What's up everybody, my name is Zach and today I'm going to show you what I use to make YouTube videos. Now this is just a small group of things that I use, but all of them have a purpose. Now it looks like a lot of clutter on the table. As we start to build the rig, all this will disappear. But let's jump into what every piece is for right here. Now to start with, the camera that I use the most is the Canon 6D Mark II. It's really simple to use. It's extremely easy for beginners if you're looking to get into this type of video world or camera photo taking. Canon's probably the easiest to learn. It's the most user-friendly. Everything makes sense on them. Most of the time they got hard buttons for everything you want to do. You don't have to go through the menus and stuff. So excellent cameras. Excellent cameras. They have really good image quality and very good color science. If you've been on YouTube looking at any of this, you've already learned that about Canon. So highly recommend this. On the bottom it has this little tripod plate, which we will get into in a minute. So on this I use the 16 to 35 millimeter Canon glass. It's an L series lens, wide angle, and it stays on my camera all the time. I also have a 50 millimeter lens, the cheap Nifty 50 one, but I use this one the most. So put that on there. Now for vlogging type stuff in close quarters, like if I was using this camera right now, I would be using this lens zoomed all the way out probably, because you can get like this close to the camera and it doesn't look like you're that close because the view's so wide. So that is the reason I use a lens that's this big, because of the picture that it produces. So it's already getting to be pretty big right here, and we got some stuff coming off the table here. But this is my camera and lens of choice. Now to set this aside. We'll move on to the probably second or I guess accessory. The most important accessory you should get if you're making videos is to invest in some audio. This is the cheapest one that I own and probably the most used one that I have. It's a Rode Video Micro, and it slides right here on the top of the camera. It's a shotgun microphone, so it only picks up what it's pointing at. It's got this little dead cat to go over it, or like a wind dampening fuzzy thing, whatever you want to call it. And this little red cable is the power. Now the thing I like about this microphone is it's just the cheapest one I own. You can find it for about 50 bucks on Amazon from this brand, and also other brands like Movo, M-O-V-O, they make the same microphone but a little bit cheaper. And I've seen reviews online of people trying those out and said they're actually louder than this mic can pick up, so that is pretty cool there. And the second feature that I love about this thing is there's no battery inside of it. This microphone gets its power through the camera itself, so you never have to flick your microphone on. That could be a problem with myself and a lot of other people using microphones that have a switch. You'll forget to turn it on, you'll video what you want, and then all of a sudden you'll get there and have no audio. So that is a bummer and a pain in the butt. So this is what it's starting to look like for making videos. Now to add the last ingredient is the tripod. Now if you've been on YouTube, you're watching my videos, you know what this is. It's a GorillaPod. You can adjust it, do all kinds of different things, stand it up. It has a ball head X on the top from Joby. It's the same company, and you can adjust it all around. That's what this plate is for on the bottom of my camera. It's kind of like a quick attach. So you set it down in there, turn this knob right here, and you have yourself a tripod. Now I put this tripod in this video because it's the most used one I have. Unless I'm in the office right here doing like a review or something, or making a video where the camera's still, I use this thing if I can. I use a regular tripod if I have to. But this thing's so easy to move. You can get different angles, you know. You can set it like this, get low. You can pretty much do whatever you want. Tighten it down, and you have like a low shot. So extremely easy to use. Let's get this thing working back here. Sometimes you get it so far out of whack, it takes a while to get it right. So that is the carry around rig. Now to get into the finishing process. So when I get done the video and I have all my stuff on my memory card, pull the memory card out, and I will stick it in my computer. Now, this is a 13-inch MacBook Pro. It is a 2018 model, which means it has the USB-C ports all around it. And you cannot plug anything into it unless it's a USB-C or you have a dongle. And that's where this little silver thing comes into play. It's not needed unless you have a new MacBook. So this is just an accessory I have to use for me. but it has you know, USB 3s, and it has a memory card slot right here where I can plug my card in, and or this next thing I'm going to show you. So this is for the computer. It plugs in just like that, and set that back down. And this right here is a external SSD. Pretty pricey to buy. It's a 480 gigabyte SSD, just a little external memory or memory drive, whatever you want to call it. It's very fast, and I put all my footage on here and edit my videos through here. So every time I make a new video, I put my stuff off my card into my computer, and it doesn't stay on my computer, it goes straight to here. Now this allows me to edit pretty fast and not take up my memory on my computer, and B, it allows me to plug this in right here. It allows me to plug this into this MacBook or my other MacBook, whichever one I edit on. I haven't had this one long, that's why they have two. But it allows me to take my work with me and not have to rely on everything being on the computer. So that is cool, extremely fast, and I would recommend getting one of these if you're going to be editing a lot. It's nice to have. So that is what that is for, and that's not mandatory, that's just something that I use. Now the last but not least thing here is a good set of headphones. When you're editing, and I had to learn the hard way, and I had people on my channel comment and telling me, hey, you need to figure out how to do it. I was editing through my old laptop speakers with not wearing headphones, and that really kind of limits me to what I can hear as far as like hiccups in my editing and volume spikes and stuff that I would need to fix in the editing software. But I wasn't able to because I didn't really catch them. I bought these, and I've got a review on my channel if you'd like to check them out. It's the Audio-Technica ATH M50Xs. You can find them on sale. They're, I guess, regularly about 150 bucks or cheaper if you find them on sale, but they're excellent. They're extremely comfortable. They got like the best audio quality I've ever heard in a headset without spending a ton of money. And these is what I use to edit with when I'm doing my videos. That's about all I use them for. You need to invest in something that allows you to hear and really makes your work better. So that is why that's on the table. And that pretty much covers everything you need to make YouTube videos. A lot of this is a lot higher end than you need. Like this camera, this lens, the lens is very expensive. It's an older model, but it produces great quality stuff. You don't have to have nothing that costs that much money. You can get it done with a lot cheaper, you know, items and materials and different tools. So this is what I use to make mine. Over here on the edge is a remote, and I left it on the table to talk about, and it is my lighting. Every video you see, every good video you see, not only will it have to have good content, but it'll have to have good, like a picture, a good display or whatever you want to call it, which comes from what the camera can produce, mainly the lens. And it also has to have good lighting, and good lighting could be the key to anything. See what I mean right here? So without my light right here, this is what you would be looking at. And if I had to make this work, I'd have to turn and face my window over here to get it to even look decent. Now this adds so much more. This is a Aputure 120D, and I'll probably do a separate video on this light. I just wanted to show you how much importance it is to have a good lighting in your video. But this remote allows me to turn it down. I could turn it way down, or I could turn it way up. All from the remote. It's very cool to have. It's an expensive light. I would buy cheaper ones. I started out with like a $80 pair of soft boxes that had regular like twirly bulbs in them, and they're cheap. And they got the job done, but I didn't like how much room they took up in my office. You would literally be stepping over things all the time. So I invested in a bigger light, or a better light, as I got further into the video making stuff. But that's why I left this remote on the table and allow you to see how much of a difference it really makes. So I guess that wraps it up. I've got a whole lot more gear, and a lot more gear that I use quite often, but I wanted to do like, I guess like a bare bones on a normal day. What would I use to film? And it would be these things right here. So if you liked the video, leave a like or comment if you got any questions. Please subscribe if you haven't. I'd love to have you here. And if you would like to see any videos specifically on any of these things, or my light, or any of the other gear that I use to add on to this, let me know. And I'll see you on the next video. Bye.